All right. So one of the most important things that we all need to do when we're dealing with a lead source, today we're dealing with for sale by owners. We've been, there's multiple sources for sale by owners. But I think the most important thing that we all need to be doing is setting a specific goal for the lead source. Too many agents are like, oh, Patrick, I want to make $250,000 in real estate. I'm like, good. How does that break down? Well, I don't know. What do you need to do? Well, be real consistent. Consistent with who? Well, I need to make my calls. Who are you going to call? I don't know. You tell me. You're the coach. I was like, well, so you want to make $250,000, but we don't even know where the lead source is going to come from. Okay. So what I want to make sure that we all do is if for sale by owner is one of those sources that you can kind of see in the trend line, that's why I'm asking every single week, let's take a look at the new for sale by owners and let's count them. Because what I want you to see is start to see the trends. Okay, if right now I'm averaging anywhere between kind of 6 to 10 new for sale by owners on Zillow every 7 days, wow, that's pretty good. We know based upon my stats from before, about 1 in 4 is going to list with a real estate agent. 1 in 4. And so if I'm averaging 6 to 10 a week in all of San Diego County, now that might be too big of a geographic territory, which it is for me. I'd much rather cut that in half and be more specific. So if I cut that in half to be more specific, okay, well, maybe it's 2 to 3 new ones per week. Well, if I know 1 in 4 are going to list with an agent, then my question to you is, well, what is then my goal per month? Because if I'm 2 to 3 per week, let's just call that, 8 to 12 per month in my desired geographic territory. So if there's 8 to 12, there's anywhere between 2 to 3 of the 8 to 12 that are going to list with an agent. Okay, so if 2 to 3 are going to list with an agent every single month in your marketplace, and we scale that across an annual 12 months. Naturally, there's some cycle there, but we're not trying to, we're not a statistician. We're just trying to set a goal that makes sense. And so if there's anywhere between, 2 to 3 opportunities per month, right, in my marketplace, okay, so that is what's 2 times 12 is 24. And then 12 times 3 is 36. So there's anywhere between 24 to 36 listing opportunities with a for sale by owner, roughly in my desired geographic territory. And obviously, I've got like trailer parks on mine. So like, it's, I know my inventory. So those are out. Okay, so conservatively, 24 to 36 for sale banners in my areas are going to list with an agent. So now the question becomes, is this a source that you want to commit to? Okay, because if you're not committed to this, then we're just wasting time. You can't try out for sale by owners and expect success. You got to commit to the process, build a database, build a mindset, build the skills, build a follow-up program, then build a listing presentation, then create a listing presentation follow-up game plan, right? Because again, they're not going to list with you probably on the first time that you meet with them. Therefore, they're probably going to list with you 30 days after you've met with them. So if we're really, you can see that if you just tried out for sale by owners, this is why the failure rate is so high, is because to do all of this, to create the mindset, the skills, the follow-up, the system, the strategy, the presentation to convert, that requires quite a bit of effort. So at the end of the day, I want you guys inside of this environment to be setting a goal that drives a commitment. So if 24 to 36 for sale banners are going to list with an agent in my desired geographic territory, what percentage do I want of that? Now, what's a percentage that would make this all worth it? To put up with me every Monday on this topic, to put up with the annoying for sale by owners, the really stupid ones that are crazy, to go on a bunch of appointments and to have a, kind of a, maybe a 2 to 3, or 1 out of 3 or 4 ratio conversion, which is highly annoying, to put up with doing comps and talking to these people and helping them, and then them listing with a flat fee broker and annoying you. To put up with all of this, what goal would make this worth it? Okay. What I'm always looking for is I want to make sure that people are committed to creating an asset that performs for the rest of their career. If I learn the skills, the techniques, the presentation, the objections, and I set up the CRM and I set up a follow plan, if I built this whole system for converting for sale by owners, it becomes an asset that I can go turn on every year for the rest of my career. And that asset would then create a certain amount of income. So I always want to start high level before I get down into the weeds, right? Patrick, what should I say to a for sale by owner to make a sale? Well, say, hi, I'm a realtor. How can I help you? There you go. There's your start. But what is your goal for sale by owners annually? And so if you wanted to sell 6 homes, 6 listings per year from for sale by owners, okay. Is that worth it for you to spend all of the time, effort, and energy to master this one source? If you're, for me, it's always kind of it's an iffy one because I don't have that big of a volume and I have so many other things that could make me more money if I committed to it. So it's very important that we're really looking at this, not just from, can I get a listing today because I need to get a listing? Okay, great. But it's really long-term. Is this really a source that you're going to own and you're going to master? And it's going to be a part of your goal every year of, I'm going to take 30 listings a year and somewhere between 7 to 10 of them are going to come from a for sale by owner. Cool. And 7 to 10, is going to make me roughly about, $70,000 to $150,000 a year in income. And then I've developed an entire, for every listing I take, I get 1 more listing appointment. So it's great because these 7 to 10 lead to another 5 listings because of this other marketing campaign I have. So it's super worth it for me to do this because at the end of the year, it represents somewhere around 12 to 15 listings taken because of that additional marketing plan I have. So yeah, that makes me around $150,000 to $200,000 a year. This one initiative, one lead source. Awesome. This is worth it then. But if you don't have that in mind, then doing this, annoying. If you just want another listing, there's plenty of other easier ways to do this, right? This just happens to be one of the faster ways to get access to a listing. That's it. It's just one of the faster ways to get access. Okay? So it's very important that we look at this thing holistically and that you make a big commitment to it, because if you do, this thing is fun. It's a fun game to be in. Okay. And I'll give you one last thing that's a cool tip for the day. I love for sale by owners because the one thing that a for sale by owner does to a real estate agent is one thing. And I want you guys to write this down. They challenge you on your value. They challenge you on your value. They challenge the service of what you do and the value of that. Because they're basically saying, I don't know why I should give you 2.5% of my total sales volume. I just don't know why I should do that. Which therefore forces you and I to become more eloquent, more powerful, better stories, better case studies, better examples, more defined services, it actually forces us to become way more powerful in our listing presentation. See, I love that. And the opposite on the other side is the expireds. You know what I love about expireds is you actually study what doesn't work and how listings don't sell. And then you learn all of the solutions to that. And as you're discussing what didn't work with the seller, you're also then now educating them on what does work. That's what's so great about expireds. So on the for sale by owner side, they're just challenging you, forcing you to learn how to say, I am worth the 2.5%, right? And I know Adrian and I know Ben have no problem with that, right? I am worth the 2.5%. Here's why. And I can't wait to share with you, because when you give me 2.5%, I'm going to give you 5% more than you can do it on your own. And if your whole game is to make more money, I can't wait to share with you how I'm going to put more money in your pocket, even when you pay me the 2.5%. That's kind of cool, isn't it? And to be able to say that, you better be clear that you've got a plan to be able to demonstrate it, to be able to present it, and to be able to prove it. And if you do, for sale by owners is a ton of fun. If you don't, and this is something you want to commit to, awesome, because we can work on that. And you can develop that skill and you can develop that strength, and it will pay you dividends for a lifetime. Okay? So that's what I love about for sale by owners. I would
I have
like
a
you guys
question.
go for it.
So